Joe Rogan and Brian Simpson are about to teach you a lesson in how not to hide yourself and how to find your real tribe. If you watch till the end, you're going to understand exactly how that works. I'm Coach Colin, coolest high performance coach in the world, and this is episode 1916. If you want the absolute best insights to the podcast you love, smash that subscribe button. Let's go. Like I said, 1916, we're sitting at about an hour or 2 hours, long podcast, 2 hours and 33 minutes, 43 seconds with Brian Simpson. And Brian's about to talk about how he used to do things when he was a kid and why it was the wrong thing for him to do. Let's just get right into it.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't want to be the dumb guy.
You don't want to be the dumb guy. And it took me a long time to stop acting stupid so I could fit in.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because I wasn't just a smart kid. I was also a foster kid.
Right.
So it would be like I would finally feel like I'm kind of sort of fitting in, and then I would move. And now I'm this new kid in a new school. You know, when you're a new kid in the school, everyone's paying attention to you, and I know the answer, but I know if I raise my hand, it's going to draw more attention.
Right, and you're going to be Mr. Smarty Pants. You're going to be mad at
right.
you.
Oh, the Mr. Know-It-All, Mr. Right, and it was like, so I got into this habit of just dumbing myself down so that I would be cool or whatever. But you know, as an adult now, looking back, it's like I realized no one thought I was cool anyway. You know, I'm way cooler now that I'm just myself than I was when I was trying to be somebody else.
But
That is the biggest lesson of all. Way cooler than now that he's not trying to be somebody else. That's the best advice that you could possibly give somebody that's young, but also the best advice that you could get right now in life. Because if we take the comparison of dumbing yourself down for the sake of seeming dumb and not seeming smart around the classroom of kids, we do that as adults as well. But instead of the classroom, it becomes our work and our position in life, right? Like how many times have you seen somebody or heard of the situation of somebody taking up a new exercise, or maybe somebody starts yoga and the rest of the clan or tribe looks at them and goes, yoga? Like, oh, what are you, a yogi now? Or somebody decides to stop drinking and they're like, oh, what are you, a Mormon now? Or somebody decides to start working out and like, oh, what do you think, you're Arnold Schwarzenegger now? And then we decide to not go after that endeavor, to not do the yoga, to not work out, to not take up the running, to not stand out, which was the core of what Brian was saying. He didn't want to stand out in that way. He wanted to just fit in and be a part of the group. We still do that as adults, and it's detrimental to ourselves, not just in the fact of it dulls our light, but in the fact of it keeps us away from the people we're truly meant to be around, our tribe. Your tribe can't find you when you're just fitting in with the rest of the crowd, when you dull your light down. They can't find you. There's a group of people out there that love the fact that you want to become an artist. There's a group of people out there that love the fact that you're so opinionative. There's a group of people out there that love the fact that you work out, that you want to work on cars, that you want to start a business, that you want to go serve in the military. That there's a group that you want to start a podcast, that you want to become a photographer. There's a group of people out there that love that about you. But if you don't show that, they'll never find you. And why fit into a group where you can't fully be yourself when you can just stand out for a while, be uncomfortable around this group of people, have them all fall away, and then get surrounded by people that celebrate you? How much better would life be? And that was the thing that triggered me in this whole clip here, is that we do that. We still do that. There's kids doing that right now, but there's adults doing that all over the world. There's an adult right now who's in, like, when I worked in a factory and I said I wanted to start a video production company, people were like, what? I remember when I was leaving, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go independent, do some video work, and I'm just going to start doing that. And they were like, what? Like, how are you going to make money? I'm like, from the video work. Like, okay. It was so frowned upon because at the factory that I was working at, everybody became a tribe. And nobody just left and did video work. That's not how the tribe that's not how the tribe works. You're leaving to go do this? What do you mean? It's like you have a family of people who drink every single day, and then one of them walks in and says, I'm not drinking anymore. It's like, what? What do you mean? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna connect with us anymore? And that's the point. See, that's the point of showing who you really are, improving, growing, shedding those dead layers of uselessness that no longer serve you. That's the point, is that you're not supposed to be connected to those people anymore. You can disconnect from those people and you can reconnect with better people. You know, I've have some friends that, like, I go to church, you know, I like whatever you believe in. I it doesn't matter to me. I coach people who are Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Catholic. It doesn't matter to me. Atheist, doesn't matter to me. But I go to church. And in going to church, there are certain people in my life that were like, wow, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm glad you're doing that. And they're Jewish, and they're like, man, great that you're going to church, you know, being a man of God. Fantastic. Then there's other people who are like, what do you mean you're going to church? What do you think? They get this thing in their head where they thought I was like better than them, or that I thought I was better than them. It's not that, you know? And then slowly there's a disconnection. Well, that's sad. But then all of a sudden there was a reconnection with all these other people, so many other people that were celebrating what I was doing. Fantastic. Yeah. When I was a drug addict, there were people who I would do drugs with all the time. I thought of them as my friends. But then when I got sober, all of a sudden I stopped hearing from them. I didn't disconnect from them. I didn't get on any holier than thou high horse or anything. I didn't do that. I was still the same person. I would still call the same people. But all of a sudden I wasn't doing drugs, and all of a sudden we disconnected. And then it actually gave me a little bit of, I was like, oh, so the only reason you were around me is because I had drugs, because I was doing them with you. Then all of a sudden I reconnected with some people who didn't do drugs. It all comes together. So it's if you're gonna be that kid in life that's keeping their hand down because they don't want to seem that smart, how are you gonna find the rest of the smart kids that want to study with you, that want to hang out with you, that appreciate your intelligence? You know? Your circle of influence is so important. And the only way for you to find the proper circle of influence that's going to help you grow, that's going to help you be truly happy in life, is for you to completely show who you are at all times. For better or for worse. Show who you are. Be who you are. Always be who you are. I think that's the last Brian Simpson clip. There wasn't many clips. It was a 4.5 hour podcast, but you know, I like to just talk about like motivation, inspiration, things that kind of trigger certain thought processes in me. So this might be the last one. There might be one more, but I just wanted to make that video really quick. That is how you find your tribe, by the way. You know, that little payoff that I said at the beginning. That's how you find them, by being yourself, completely yourself, wholly yourself, at all times. Raise your hand. Always raise your hand. Be the person that knows the answer. Right? Because in this situation that I'm talking about, the answer is whatever's on your heart. Whatever is really in you to do. Don't follow the crowd. They don't know where the fuck they're going anyway. I'm out.